Hi guys, welcome to Mind Scratch. In this video series, I'm going to cover effective Java. We will have one video for each item or two videos per item as per the requirement. So let's start with the first item. Item 1 is consider static factory method instead of constructors. So what is a static factory method? So static factory method is just a static method that returns an instance of the class. Let's see a static factory method which is already there in Java. So there is a function named boolean.value of. So this function is a static function and it returns an instance of boolean. So we can see here that just like constructors, the static factory method also returns the instance of the same class. There are some cases where to get an instance of the class using static factory method is easier than get an instance using constructor. We all have come across a scenario where we need multiple constructors for our class, maybe 3 or 4 or maybe more than that. For constructor, we are bound with the name. We can't change the name of the constructor. It's always the same as the class. So the only way to differentiate those constructors is by their parameters. This is perfectly fine if only we are supposed to use that class, but if a third person wants to use our class or use our code, we'll have to go through all the constructors, all the logic, and then pass the parameters accordingly. A better way here is to use static factory methods. For static factory methods, we can have different name for methods, so we can choose appropriate names so that the third person can get an overview by just looking at the name, and he will not have go through all the code. One such example for this thing is mentioned by the author himself. So before Java 4, we had a function in big integer. We had a constructor in big integer with integer, integer, and random parameter. So can you guess what this function will return? No, right? You can't guess what this function will return unless you go into that constructor and check what the logic is. But this function returns a probable big integer, a probable prime big integer. So this method is replaced after Java 4 by a static method named big integer dot probable prime. So this method is very intuitive now. This name is very intuitive. Now it takes an int and a random. You can see it's a static factory method which is returning a big integer. Yeah. Now, as static factory methods are static functions, you can only return static variables. So the benefit of this is we will not have to create new variable each time we create an instance. For example, for this function, boolean dot value of, if you go into the implementation, we can see true and false is being returned. Now, true is a static final boolean, and similarly false is a static final boolean. So each time we call this function, we are not allocating a new memory in the memory stack, but instead of allocating a new memory, we are just returning a static final object. So that's how we can save memory also. In some cases, it's a major issue. Like memory is a major issue in some cases. Another advantage of static factory method is that they can return subtype of the class. I'll show you what this means. So for example, I have three classes, which is living creature, animal, and dog. So living creature is like all the living creatures. Animal extends living creature, and dog extends animal. Now for dog, if I were to write a constructor of dog, what I can do is I can just say public dog. I can take as many parameters that I want, but the return type is always dog. I can't return animal in dog's constructor, but using static factory method I can do that. So what I can do is I can say public static return animal and the function name, which is my static factory method. Let's say it will take some parameters and it will return a new animal. So this works. So using static factory method, from dog we can return an animal. Uh, Another advantage is just an extension of this advantage. Uh, so here we are bound key, we are going to return animal, right? But we can also return the value depends on some parameters. So for example, I can say here that I will return living creature, and I can take some integer a here. But and now according to the integer value, like if a equal to 0, then return an animal, else sorry, return a new living creature. So if you see this function, if a equal to 0, then the return type will be animal, and if a equal to 1 or like other than 0, the return type will be living creature. So according to the input parameters, we can have different return types for static factory methods, but that facility is not present in constructors. So that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for your time.